Hi YouTube. This is an overdue update. I promised I would do some updates semi-regularly for my cancer playlist, and it's been a while in a good way. I won't keep you hanging and draw this out, but I guess just a no news is good news type of update. I've been enjoying life and therefore have thought less about cancer. It's never completely out of my mind, but things have been going well. And I just wanted to come on and do a quick update for those of you that have been following me, those of you that have messaged me and asked about how I'm doing, asked about specifically improvements that I'm seeing. I know that when I was at certain stages after my stem cell transplant, I needed encouragement that things were going to get better, because sometimes it just seemed like I was in a hole that I could not dig myself out of. So that's mainly the point of this video, is to hopefully bring some hope to people that have gone through stem cell transplant or are going through cancer treatment right now and feel like they're never going to get their lives back. And I'm starting to get to that point where I feel like, not the old me, because so many things have changed, but feeling like I'm living again, like I'm able to choose what I want to do and pick activities that I want to get stronger at, and actually be taking like 2 steps forward without taking 3 steps back, because that's how it has been up until like the past few months. So we are at May 2024, and if you don't know my story, I'll condense it super short for you, super quick. I was diagnosed with cancer in May, Memorial Day weekend of, actually today is June 2024, it's June 1st. But I was diagnosed in May of 2021 and did 6 months of treatment, 6 months of chemo for Hodgkin's lymphoma, which is the good cancer. But I'm rolling my eyes as I say that, because I was part of this like 7% of people that are not cured after that first line of treatment. I actually relapsed within months, a couple of months of finishing treatment up, but it took until the next May to actually get diagnosed as a relapse. I had a doctor who wanted to do more of a wait and see approach. I wanted to aggressively confirm whether or not I was relapsing or not. I had to have multiple surgeries because Hodgkin's is very hard to confirm. You have to capture specific tiny little cells on a biopsy. So I had multiple surgeries to try and get that. By the time I had it confirmed, it had kind of blown all back up all over the place and was all over again. So I unexpectedly had to move up to Connecticut and New York to get my treatment, get ready for my stem cell transplant, go through some really rough stuff. And stem cell transplant was just literally like newborn baby, starting from scratch all over again. At points I was almost bedridden and could barely get myself to the bathroom and back to the bed. And I knew it was going to be rough getting a stem cell transplant, did not realize how rough it was going to be recovering from that, and how much muscle I had lost, how much energy and stamina I was going to have to build back over time. And it wasn't something I watched some people that went through stem cell transplant around the same time as me bounce back a lot quicker than I did, which was really frustrating for me. I didn't take into account that, I wasn't in my 20s anymore when this was happening. I was almost 40. And it just took a lot longer to recover than I thought it would. So I am almost 2 years from stem cell transplant, which is going to be a big milestone. I will have scans at that point. If I was not feeling well or something was going on, I would have scans sooner. We're actually pushing them a couple of months just because I'm going to make a trip back up to my doctors in New York to see them in August and do scans and get checked up and everything. But things have been going according to plan. Whose plan? I don't know, but I'm improving on the when I zoom out and look at the grand scheme of things. I've definitely made improvements, and that's something that I'm repeatedly told by my family, by my therapist, by doctors. Like, you have to give yourself time, you have to be patient, you have to look and see how much things actually have changed and you have improved. So apparently I don't give myself enough credit, but I'm an impatient person, and I want to be like able to do everything I want to be able to do and be done with this chapter of my life. But anyway, it's June 1st, and in August, mid-August, I will be 2 years from stem cell transplant, and hopefully scans are clear at that point. 2 years is a big landmark date when your chances of relapse decrease a bit more. So right now it's just kind of trying to live my life, gaining that energy, gaining muscle back, gaining that stamina, and not thinking too much about relapse, because there's not much I can do about it right now. But as far as I know, I am cancer free, and then that is how I'm going to live my life. We have been walking that line between doing too much and needing to like lay in bed and recover from it still. If I push too hard, I will need more time to recuperate, but it's getting better and better. And I've noticed, especially this summer and this spring, we've had a lot of high temps so far, and I've been able to handle heat a lot better. I was very heat intolerant, partially from chemo, partially from the chemo putting me into premature menopause and having hot flashes, and a lot of it like blood pressure issues and just some things that made me like just not feel good if I was outside for more than 5 minutes. And I've noticed this year that I can be outside and do a lot more. And I still need to really focus on hydration and keep my blood pressure up. It tends to go low. I tend to get dehydrated. I need to drink electrolytes and salt and a lot of stuff, but doing a lot better with heat tolerance this year is one of the big things I've noticed. I did mention the chemo put me into premature menopause. That's been not fun at all. It's been almost 2 years. I'm still getting the hot flashes, the like just feelings of unwell when that comes on. But trying different supplements, trying some different things to feel better with that, and noticing a little bit of improvement. So I don't know how long that'll last. But that was all confirmed with my doctor this year, and blood work and everything. Energy and stamina wise, that's been the big thing. I think that I have been able to move my body more, have less inflammation, and start to strengthen. But strength is one of those things where I'm realizing it's just glaringly obvious how much muscle I lost, how much strength I lost. And it's very hard to put it back on. It's not something where I'm just like, oh, I'll go to the gym and work out and start feeling better in a couple of weeks and start feeling stronger. It's a much slower road to hoe to get muscle put back on. I have to be, really super conscious about my protein intake and my calorie intake and eating enough. And it's just something where I definitely wish I felt stronger. But I am so much stronger than I was a year ago, 6 months ago, 3 months ago. I was able to play in an adult volleyball league this spring, and have fun with that and make it out relatively unscathed injury wise. But it's just one of those things where I've mentioned it in past videos that illnesses, injuries, anything like that takes so much longer to recover from. Whereas, if I had a little cold, I, would be bounced back by the next week in the before times. And now it might be a couple of weeks before I feel fully myself. If I get injured, I've had a few things that I've had to work through. I had an Achilles tendonitis. It took like months and months of physical therapy to work through that. I had some shoulder and back issues that are starting to improve finally. But instead of just going to like the chiropractor for a little bit or starting to feel better with some stretching and strengthening or things like that, it's like I'm an old lady now. It takes me a long time to feel better from any type of injury. And that was just like an overuse injury, we think, from trying to build a chicken coop of all things. So I was doing a lot of like overhead work without having rebuilt my core and strengthened anything here, and compensating with like shoulders and bending and throwing out my back. So that's something that we're working on, but it's noticeable still that things take longer, but the upside is that I'm able to do things. So I'm able to exercise and try new things and play volleyball and build stuff and be outside and swim. So those are all positives. So I would say it was from the probably like a year and a half mark on that I still noticed some things improving. Hair update, obviously it's still growing. If you've seen my last videos, we are almost to the end of the chemo curls down here cut off. I did have a trim. She cut off about that much of curls and really thinned out a lot of the curls, and I'm getting back to my straight hair that I naturally have had my whole life, but we've still got just a little bit, like one more trim will be good to go. If I can be brave and cut it shorter again, which is like mentally so hard to see scissors coming at your hair when you've been working to try and grow it back for years now. But overall, everything's been good. Checkups have been good with the doctor. Lab work has been almost pretty much back to normal. Oddly high cholesterol for some reason. We haven't figured that one out yet, but the doctors do not seem worried about it. So it's just one of those wonky things that we'll see if it works itself out. But neuropathy has improved. So I think the last time I did a video, I was still really in the midst of that. I will always have the neuropathy probably that's in like the tips of my toes. But the neuropathy that was affecting my whole feet and not allowing me to move and be as active as I wanted to be has improved. And that's like, there was a chance it was going to, and we were all crossing our fingers because I don't know how I would have been able to function and move and be active with the amount of pain that I had from it. There were some medications that they were going to try if it didn't get better, but it did improve on its own. My exercise tolerance, the amount that I can do, has improved. I'm trying to think if there's any other like lasting side effects or anything. I think most of it is just like feeling like an old person, and I've said this from the very beginning of treatment, was that I feel like it made me feel like 100 years old at times, and then I was kind of like aging more towards my normal age of 41 right now, and like I had gotten to like 65, 70-year-old last update that I did, and now I feel like maybe I'm a 50-year-old. So that's good. Maybe I could just age back to 41 and reset, and then I can finally learn like what is just being 40 feel like, and what is still remnants of cancer treatment and stuff like that. But anyway, I don't anticipate doing another update, but I'm sure I will highlight, like at the 2-year mark, I will share that it's been 2 years, and hopefully we can be celebrating at that point. But I just wanted to, like I said, come on and give some encouragement and give some hope to people that are in the thick of it right now. That was a really hard place to be, and I just wanted to hopefully help people have hope that it's going to get better for them. So wishing you all the best for anyone that is in treatment right now, and letting you know that things can get better and you are stronger than you think you are. And best of luck, best wishes. If you ever need anything, just reach out, send me a message, and I am rooting for you.